Nicole Beckwith, who is the director of the Master of Arts in Nutrition Science program at Falk College, is passionate about food and training the newest generation of dietitians.
I think consumers should know that they are empowered and recommended to know what's in their foods by gaining the skills of reading labels, staying atop news that is released to us as consumers.
Red dye number 3 is a synthetic dye that gives some food, drinks, and ingested drugs a bright cherry red color. Back in 1990, the Food and Drug Administration banned red dye 3 from cosmetics and topical drugs after studies showed the dye caused cancer in laboratory rats. Under what's known as the Delaney Clause, any food additive that is found to cause cancer in either humans or animals must be banned. In January, the FDA banned it in food, but you'll still find the controversial dye in everything from cupcakes to candy. Thomas Galligan and his team at the Center for Science in the Public Interest petitioned the FDA for a removal for years.
It was actually FDA itself who determined that Red 3 caused cancer back in 1990. And back then, at that very moment, they were obligated to ban it. And that didn't change over the next 35 years. And so it really shouldn't have taken any petition to get them to do that.
Michigan State professor Joseph Zagorski, who works at the Center for Research on Ingredient Safety, says the additive is a way for manufacturers to make food more appealing.
And so just understanding that detection doesn't mean unsafe, presence doesn't mean harm. It really matters how much you're exposed to and how long you're exposed to it. And specifically with Red 3, I'm not concerned.
U.S. Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. has started the system to remove the U.S. Food and Drug Administration program called GRAS.
GRAS, so generally regarded as safe, is a terminology that is used for those items, those additives that have been approved.
Companies can add new ingredients to food products, label them as generally regarded as safe, and not provide the FDA with complete information about whether these ingredients are actually safe. Steps are being taken to require companies to inform the FDA before adding new ingredients to food, share safety data about these ingredients, and explain their intended use, with this information being made public. The FDA says manufacturers have until 2027 to remove the dye from food and 2028 for ingested drugs. Once the dye is fully banned, the FDA says they will begin inspections of food manufacturing companies and will monitor imports. Maya Alicia, NCC News.